In the framework of putting in place of this project, the Association of Cameroonian Engineers and Computer Scientists and the Association of German Ethiopian Students and Academics seminars have been organized to reinforce capacities destined to students of higher learning institutes coupled with authorities of these organs, not forgetting local university institutes. Therefore, if the diaspora wish to carry out projects to develop their continent of origin, it's important for them not to lose focus on the fact that these projects can't be implemented without the cooperation of the authorities of local institutions. Thus, in Cameroon, the seminar was held from 4th to 8th January 2016. It was intended for PhD students of the Pan-African University and students of the Higher Teachers Training College of the University of Yaoundé 1.
But I know that I need to know something about Android. We have it, we don't use it as we want.
At the Pan-African University, which already hosts native students of nearly 27 African countries, the course is supervised by Dr. Alexander Denis, founding member of the German Ethiopian Students and Academics Association, focused on concerns about justice and international relationships. Emphasis was placed on China-Africa cooperation.
We did work on China-Africa relations, so I had students from approximately 23 different African countries in my class. I had 40 students in total, and we developed mechanism and understanding how African countries can actually understand and deal with Chinese influx into African countries, and also develop understanding how policies could be developed, how negotiations could be done to profit African countries.
The subject generated interest among the students who apparently had great expectations.
My expectation in this seminar is to get more knowledge on the China and African relation and to know how this relation will benefit us. In Tanzania we also have many Chinese and they run different projects.
My expectation from this seminar is to inculcate the Africa-China relationship from different perspectives, particularly focusing on Afrocentric perspective, because we had a long-time relationship with China, and we used China as an alternative to the Western, we call the former colonizer power. Now, we need also to take care about the move of China to Africa, so as not to repeat the same mistake that we did with Europeans and Americans.
Africa has 5 sub-regions in the logic of the Pan-African University. It was thought necessary to add a 6th African sub-region, and this 6th African sub-region is the African diaspora all over the world. So when you go into the constituent documents of the Pan-African University, you will find that there is a chapter on the contribution of the diaspora, and even when we open posts.
On ouvre les postes, on ouvre les mêmes postes à la diaspora, aussi bien en termes d'étudiants qu'en termes d'enseignants. Donc en réalité,
So, in reality, I'm just implementing a continental vision that has already been laid.
Quels sont les objectifs? il s'agit de renforcer les capacités.
What are the objectives? It is to strengthen the capacity of young Africans by involving Africans who settle elsewhere and which are nonetheless Africans. At the Higher Teachers Training College, the students received reinforcement courses on development of mobile applications on the Android platform. Consequently, they received acknowledgement about the basics of the development of mobile applications and at the end were entrusted with a project. This is essentially about stimulating and awakening their potentials. We first gave them some basic concepts on the development of mobile applications, especially on the Android platform. Later, it was time to present the project and to arouse their interest in this project. We agreed on a proposed solutions that will be to facilitate access to the service offered by mobile operators in Cameroon.
Travailler sur une application Android permet à tout utilisateur d'avoir facilement accès aux services.
The equally was the presentation by a student of the Higher Teachers Training College on a project of mobile services on a mobile operator MTN. Another interview was done with this female student of the Higher Teachers Training College as she initiates herself into the development of mobile applications on the Android platform.
Parce que je crois que dans le monde de l'avenir, c'est quelque chose qui est beaucoup utilisé.
Now workshop coordinated by Yannick Daji on the management of what we call microcontroller in French and test effectuated in the presence of Dr. Anjiga.
Non, Bluetooth, il parle de la portée, la distance. Bon, c'est le Bluetooth que vous... Mais je crois que aussi par Wi-Fi, il y a des serveurs aussi pour SMS, par Wi-Fi, par SMS.
En fait, on a utilisé le Bluetooth qui est justement...
During the workshop sessions, interview was done with one of the students on the usage of light to serve as signals on the specific case of public toilet.
Une ampoule rouge s'allume, on dit que la porte en fait occupée, la petite chambre occupée. Et lorsqu'on occupe la deuxième chambre, ça s'allume et en ce moment-là, l'ampoule jaune, c'est un pour dire qu'en fait il n'y a plus de toilette libre.
C'est une unité électronique qui se retrouve dans pratiquement aujourd'hui tous les appareils que nous avons, par exemple votre GSM ou alors même cette caméra qui nous prend là. Ou alors partout dans les voitures, on en trouve vraiment. Et ce qui est intéressant avec ces microcontrôleurs, c'est qu'on peut les programmer, on peut leur demander de faire une tâche, d'accomplir une tâche bien précise. Et c'est ce qu'ils font. Et pendant ce séminaire, nous avons justement appris comment programmer ce genre de microcontrôleurs, comment définir des projets bien précis, comment les modeler, comment les implémenter et démontrer, comment le vendre même aussi. Voilà, c'est ce que nous avons fait en général. C'était vraiment très apprécié. Moi, je suis particulièrement très positivement surpris, émerveillé de voir vraiment l'enthousiasme, le dynamisme de tous les étudiants qui ont participé. C'est formidable.
For those of the doctorate degree level and other researchers, there exists the question or issue on adequate orientation and directives, especially on the financing of research work.
Can you speak a bit louder?
Michelle, I am doing the Master of Public Health in the second year. And actually, I am working on a research program which is to integrate e-health into the system, into the health system. So with this seminar, I was hoping to learn how to write down research and get grants, especially for the phases of the project, because it will include a baseline, a pilot phase, a scale-up phase, and I really don't have any idea of how to bring that up and engage partners. So I was hoping to learn more of that from them.
Okay, it's great.
The workshop of Dr. Eric Gankam Tambo was based equally on this question and had as goal to show those of the doctorate, postdoc and other researchers the different possibilities and potentials which thus exist. For instance, in the case of scholarships by European Union, financing of projects by institutions like DAAD, DAD. Thus, this explains the intervention of heads of these institutions based or found in Cameroon. Individuals present were those of the doctoral level and researchers of different Cameroon institutes.
Il a été question pour nous d'imprégner les étudiants camerounais et les jeunes chercheurs sur nos programmes qui promeuvent les échanges universitaires entre le Cameroun et l'Allemagne. Donc il s'agit de promouvoir à travers des programmes de bourse, des offres que nous avons pour ceux qui ont passé un doctorat ou ceux qui sont encore en candidat en cycle de doctorat et même les postdocs qui travaillent à les universités camerounaises qui ont un séjour de recherche en Allemagne.
Interviews also were granted to us by Dr. Palme Masumbe Netongo of Point Focal Program of the European Union 2020.
All of this, and in the case of South Africa, they've done it where they promote that reciprocity. Donc, c'est que tu fais pour moi.
Des types de financement qui varient, ça prend de tous les niveaux, donc du niveau doctorat même, et des niveaux post-doctorat. Et en l'occurrence, je vais même présenter tout à l'heure le programme Marie Stockard Curie Action, qui est l'un des programmes phares pour les scientifiques, à peu près comme le prix Nobel de jeunes scientifiques, qui est donc là pour aider donc les scientifiques brillants à avoir une position en Europe pendant 2 à 3 ans, totalement financé à 100% par l'Union européenne, par ces programmes de l'horizon 2020.
Then followed another training workshop with Olivier Wanko, expert on business intelligence. Prior to this project, those who attended were students of the Yaoundé University, Higher Teachers Training College, as well as those of the National Polytechnic.
Welcoming us here, and of course thank you to the organizers for setting up this project, and of course yourself.
There was also the meeting with the Vice Rector of the University of Yaoundé 1, Professor Emmanuel Tony, who welcomed the delegation of the project alongside its local partners to discuss on the different possibilities of the putting in place of the project.
Our home country, opportunity to meet talented lecturers of our universities, opportunity to meet you first time in face to face, because I've been hearing about you a couple of times. I used to talk to Bopta
Yeah.
Christophe, while he was...
He's supposed to be in Cameroon also.
Yes, that's what I heard, yes. And he told me a lot about you and all the things that you guys were trying to put in place here. So today I'm very glad. It's an enriching experience, I think, both for the students and for us. I think it's an opportunity to learn from each other and also to set, let's say, to go first steps towards something that will be very interesting in the future.
During the closing ceremony in Yaoundé, every invitee was special guest as well as the different students took their seats in the hall. Professor Anjika, director of the Higher Teacher Training College, as well as Madame Ulrike Mayener of GIZ Cameroon. Speeches done by Dr. Anjika and director or manager of the German corporation, l'Office de la Coopération Allemande. Speech by Dr. Tambo based on the general presentation of the project.
Particularly Dr. Joseph was representing the University of Addis Ababa, who make long travel from Addis Ababa, so to work with peers, Dr. Frida Longo coordinating, but also getting the feeling.
Dr. Alain Woufo presented the obtained results at the different workshops. Two different groups presenting results on the project on an application facilitating access to services by mobile network operators.
It's very technical. So the idea was to provide a very simple interface for this functionality. We had, as I said, 6 teams of students, and each of those has developed a variant of this application, and they are going to come here and show you a bit how the application works. And it's running on a mobile device and it's being displayed as you can see there on the screen. So just as, let's say, team 1, give a short demonstration of the application here.
Following the introductory remarks, the teams presented the results of their work under the wise and stunned eyes of the audience, surprised at the progress made by the students in 1 week. Others presented their results on the application of the management of public toilet with light used for better usage.
Merci. I think I'll do just for you. I'll try to do it in English. I'm also really glad to participate in this big project. I was really excited to work with this student. I see the interest and it's just amazing. The focus of my workshop was to give some basics first and try to implement some little applications, starting by a simple application.
There was also Dr. Alex, who presented the content of his lectures. Olivier Wanko presented contents on business intelligence being the key brain in his domain. Attestations were handed to participants of the training seminar at the German Cooperation Center, l'Office de la Coopération Allemande, in the presence of the heads of the Higher Teachers Training College. Cesare Beyel, coordinator of the DiSEKTEA project, explained the different phases and perspectives of the project. We have now moved to the active phase where we need to show up face-to-face, where presently our experts come here at the University of Yaoundé, for the case of Cameroon, also at the Higher Teachers Training College and the Pan-African University to present their works directly to the students. The second phase will then follow after the same procedure of the presenting phase has been done in Ethiopia in Addis Ababa. Thus, our experts, while leaving Yaoundé, will move directly to Ethiopia, where the show-up of their works will be done. Both our students and experts will interchange dealings online, as the experts will put their works online for students to have easy accessibility. That phase will last for 2 weeks. The case will be same for both students in Ethiopia and Cameroon. Our objective in the long run is to have students in almost every African country online so that they can pursue lessons online on the same platform with the help of our experts.